Alright, what's up YouTube? I'm Falcon and welcome back to Falcon Hours. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over my pkfire deck. And no, it's not just Phantom Knights with like 3 to 4 Burning Abyss. It's an actual lineup of Burning Abyss cards in a Phantom Knight deck. This deck is really fun and its grind game is actually really good. Again, and I feel like it's a very good contender in the meta. Sure, it's a rogue pick at this point, but like it's still a very decent deck. Like it could put up work against other decks. Like it's really fun. And I've actually been working on this list for a while. I was making this mostly during last format or 2 formats ago. It's been a while. I can't remember. Where it was like Drytron and that psychic deck that were meta. Like against Drytron, this deck like slaps it around, dude. Like the cards that the deck already played just helped like destroy that matchup, and that deck was like considered the best deck. So like it was like a walk in the park. Now, it has to struggle a little bit more or like fight a little bit more, but the deck is still good. I just wanted to show you guys. But first, shout out to my boy Melvin for making another fire ass thumbnail showing the Burning Abyss monsters coming out of like the Inferno, I guess, and then fighting or coming across the Fan Knights. But yeah, let's get started. So 40 card main deck. If I had Dragoon, I'd probably be playing more cards, but I don't have Dragoon. So yeah. So starting off, I play the one Stained Greaves. I actually don't play gloves in this list because I don't feel like it's needed. I play a bunch of other cards. But yeah, I feel like gloves isn't needed. But if you want to play it, you can go ahead. It could still come in clutch. Okay, so 1 Greaves, 2 Ancient Cloak because I feel 2 is fine. This plus like the 1 extender I play like was combo. But yeah, 3 Torrent Scales. This card's amazing. Like this card explains itself pretty much. Like it's like the main combo card of the deck. Then I play 3 Boots just because it's the extender. Like or not the extender, it's like the free special summon for the Phantom Knights. But that's it for the Phantom Knight lineup. Very standard. For the BAs, I play 1 Barbar because Barbar for game's a thing. I play the 2 Seer. So like I was trying out different ratios in this deck, and like I found out that 2 Seer 2 Graph is like perfect. So that's what I'm playing. So yeah, 2 Seer. The 1 Libic just to get like a specific name out of hand. 2 Farfa. So I still play Farfa because I actually since I play enough like Burning Abyss monsters, I actually still play Beatrice. So I played 2 of this just in case I draw the one. I still have the other one in deck to send off her. So it's still pretty good. Then I play the 2 Graph, like I said, and then I play 2 Skarm. So I still play Skarm because like if you go first and you open up the Burning Abyss engine as your starter, you can almost Skarm and then like special summon Burning Abyss that isn't like Seer or Graph, and you in end phase you search for the Skarm, and the second Skarm is usually just extra or it's like you actually use it later on. But for the most part, you just resolve 1 Skarm. That's it for the Burning Abyss. And then for the honorary Burning Abyss monster, play 3 Tour Guide. Like literally, her is like full combo, and if you open up her with Kagamucha, it's like extreme full combo. I tried playing 3 of this guy, still like in a 40 card deck. I think I tried 41, but I don't know. I feel like I kept drawing it with the Burning Abyss cards, and I just kind of didn't like it. So I like the 2 because if anything, if I open up the reinforcement like the Rhoda, I just Rhoda with the tour guide and I'm fine. For right now, I like the 2 Kagamucha. But yeah. And then I only play 3 hand traps in the deck, which is 3 Ash. So when it was the Drytron format, I was actually main decking Droll, and I loved it. But right now, I don't feel like Droll is that strong. You can honestly play around with the hand traps, but I went with Ash just because it's more generic, and then my traps could back me up if anything. But yeah. And then I only play 3 spells, which is the 1 Called by the Grave, the 1 Foolish, and the 1 Rhoda. Called by because it's a anti-hand trap, and then if anything, it's another trap on your opponent's turn. Foolish lets you send anything to grave. It's really good with the Burning Abyss engine. And then the Rhoda, because it searches off any Phantom Knight you need and or Kagamucha Knight. It's really good. And then for the trap lineup, play the 3 Fogblade with the 1 Brigadine. I like this ratio. It's really good. I tried testing out a Wings additionally with this, but since I play the Burning Abyss engine, I feel like it wasn't needed, so I cut it out. But I play actually a lot more traps. I play a 2 Fiend Griefing. This card's amazing. This is the one card I was mentioning that like the deck already main decks that slap Drytron. because you were actually able to do this when they got rid of their Ben 10. So their Ben 10 wouldn't be able to activate because it's like a DD Crow kind of, you get it out of the way. His Ben 10 resolves in another, or activates in another chain, so you just do this. But right now, this card's still good because it's a budget. It's a budget Ice Dragon's Prison, so you can literally just get rid of something from your opponent's grave, send like a Farfa, and you just out a monster in their field with the Farfa. And then I played 2 Dynamiscus. Card's also really good. Target, banish, discard like a Burning Abyss. Like if you have a Farfa in hand with this, it's a double banish, so it's really good. And the last 2 traps I play are 2 Torrential Tribute. So Torrential's really good because, like, let's say you open up very poorly turn 1. If you could at least set up a Bardiche, you set up Bardiche and just set this. So when Bardiche dies off of like, your own Torrential, you can just revive it with one of the Phantom Knight trap cards in your Gucci. And you just start the combo again. But also I like Torrential because going second, if your opponent has an established field, but like not like you could kind of bait out the negate, you could like make them walk into this. Yeah, so it's really good. So that's the main deck. It's 40 cards. You could play around with the numbers, make it more if you want, but I like it right now. For the extra deck, I got my token. Play the 1 Chair Beanie. 1's fine. You could just sear it back if you need it. I play 1 Masquerena. This is like the main card I end off with, especially since I don't play Dragoon. Then I play the 1 Bardiche. Bardiche is good. Even though it's at 3, 1's fine. If anything, you just revive it. And I don't think I have, like, I technically have space to play the second one, but I'd rather not. Then I play the 1 Unicorn, just the main card I go with off of the Masquerena. It's a free spin. Then the last link I play is the 1 Borosword, just to go for game. I actually still really like this just because it's a boss monster, it's really good. But if you want, you could try playing like Appaloosa or something else. And then for the XCs, I actually play 2 Dante. So I still play 2 Dante, or I choose to play 2 Dante instead of the 1, because the first one you use to make the Beatrice, technically, if you can make it. And then the second one is if you just want a 2500 attack monster, you know, it comes in clutch. And then I play the 1 Levier. The 1 Levier is fine in my opinion. You just do it once to revive the first Phantom Knight, and then I usually use this to link off. But if I choose not to link with it, it just becomes even stronger in my next turn. So I feel like the 1's fine. And then I play 2 Breaksword. The first one is to pop itself with Bardiche when you want to like rank up. And then the second one is just, you know, when you need the second one. So for the rank 4s, I play the 1 Evil Storm Nightmare. I like this card a lot just because like it's a double Book of Moon, so it just helps stop linking. So in this case, against like Dragon Link, you stop him. So it's really good. Oh, even against Prinkids, bro. Just like you make this against Prinkids, they just look at them and they're like, crap, I can't do anything. Because on their first normal summon, you just book and they can't do anything. Even if they have like the 1-for-1, which is a 1 of, you can still get rid of it. Like they have a tough time with this. And then the last rank 4 is the 1 Raiders Knight. You play this to rank up into Arc Rebellion to go for game. Card's really good. Then I play the 1 Beatrice because of the Dantes and stuff. And to go with the Beatrice, I actually still play Pilgrim. Honestly, because I don't have like the pricey stuff, so I kind of just threw him in here. Card's still good, not bad. Like nonetheless, like if they pop the Beatrice, they're like, oh, let me just pop the Beatrice. Doesn't matter. You slap this boy in the field, and they're just like, oh crap, you know. Because if you have like one of the Burning Abyss in hand, you can discard it, draw a card, and the Burning Abyss monster gets its effect. So best case scenario, you have like a Seer or a Farfa in hand. You discard them, and then you banish something. If not, Seer, discard the Seer, special summon a Farfa. If you have a non-BA name on the field, Farfa dies, and you still get to banish something. But yeah. Now for the side deck. So for the side deck, you know, Triple Nibiru, card's amazing. Chose not the main deck. I wanted to have Ash because it's more like overall generic. Then I side the 3 Lancia. So this was the one card I was actually thinking of main decking besides the Ash. But against some decks, I feel like this card's like dead. So in that case, I wanted to have something that would be kind of live at all times. So I decided to go with the Ash. But for the most part, like against the meta, I'll probably just switch out the Ash for this, or if not, find something else to switch out for this. But yeah. Then I side 3 Cosmic Cyclone, just banish, so like key spells and traps. Played 2 Dark Root more. Like I always say, if I have the third, I'd play the third, but I only got 2. This card's amazing. Yeah. I play the 1 Duster just for more back row hate. Really nutty. Then I actually side 2 D-Barrier. This is just to go with the idea that like all my traps are like 2-ofs besides the PK stuff. So if something isn't that good against the deck, I just switch it out for the D-Barrier or try just making space and cut something else in the deck for the D-Barrier. This card still could come in clutch. Like against what is it? Zoo, Call Xyz, against Prank Kids, Call Fusion. Even though they could still do their Link shenanigans. Against Invoked, Call Fusion, and they stop their turn pretty much. Like the card can come in clutch, like against certain decks. And the last card I side is the 1 Imperial Order. You can main deck this if you want. Like I was thinking about it, but I just wanted to go with something that like I know that works. But so like the 1 Imperial Order is very good, especially in the deck that only plays or main decks like 3 spells, you know. But yeah, so that's my PK Fire deck. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.